Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your Photo News Fix. This fix is brought to you by Datacolor and their Spider X2 Elite. The Spider X2 Elite color calibration tool is for photographers and videographers who are looking to get the best, most accurate color out of their work for both photos and videos. Now, if you're someone with multiple monitors, possibly from different brands, this is the best way to make sure that colors match from one display to the next. The Spider X2 has an ambient light sensor which measures your room's lighting throughout the day and can adjust your settings accordingly. Their redesigned software is easy to use with expert recommended calibration presets, as well as more advanced ones for custom color controls for those who need and want that extra control. Now, if you're not happy with the colors and tones of your monitor, it might be time to check out Datacolor and their Spider X2 Elite. From now through the end of August, get $100 off when you use the code FRO at checkout at datacolor.com/FRO. Now that is while supplies last, and it is US only. First up, it's no surprise to hear Nikon's president discuss the possibilities of incorporating RED's technology into Nikon cameras. Now, as soon as the sale was announced, there was never a doubt that Nikon would use its acquisition to bolster its foray deep into the cinema world. And now we have a quote from the president of Nikon. Nikon aims to expand its market share for cameras by utilizing the video technologies of a US movie company, aka RED, that it acquired in the spring. Honestly, Nikon's already been doing a really good job with packing video specs into their Z lineup. The Z9 is packed to the gills, the Z8 is the same as the Z9, and the Z6 III launched with some really strong video offerings. It will be interesting to see if Nikon continues work on RED brains as well as their tech, or lets RED's team continue on the path it was already on, while cherry-picking RED's features to incorporate into future Nikon bodies. Now, what do you think will happen? What would you like to have happen? Let me know down below. Next up, Canon is once again apologizing that there will be short supply of the R1 and R5 Mark II. Canon says currently we are expecting delays in delivery for the following products due to orders exceeding our expectations and also due to the impact of global parts supplies. We sincerely apologize to our customers and business partners for the inconvenience caused. We would like to apologize again. We will continue to take measures to ensure a stable product supply so that we can deliver the products as soon as possible. We appreciate your understanding. I don't understand.
Yes?
How many more years will this supply shortage go on? Now, it seems like with every single manufacturer, they announce a new product, they apologize for said product not having enough units to sell, and then rinse and repeat.
Plunge and scrub.
Canon's 200 to 800 has never been in stock, and it was announced over a year ago. Now, they ship units every now and then, but it's never officially been in stock where you're like, hey, I could buy it. Now, here's a stat that I find interesting.
Oh shit, what?
The Nikkei Asia website says Canon will produce 3,700 units per month of the R1. Now, that sounds high to me. Plus, if the camera doesn't come out until November, and those numbers are legit, that gives them 3 months to stock up on 10,000 plus units. That statement right there, it doesn't pass the sniff test.
I smell dog stoppings.
Now, from what I'm hearing from different camera retailers is that there's strong demand for the R5 Mark II and little to no demand right now for the R1. And when they asked people who showed interest in the R1 prior to it being announced, those people said that they will be getting an R5 Mark II instead. Now, with that being said, that doesn't mean that the R1 isn't still going to be a solid camera, because I can't wait to get my hands on one and take it out into the real world. Because I think most of the hate will dissipate when real photographers get to do what real photographers like to do, which is actually shoot. And with that being said, that doesn't defend the fact that a lot of the specs in this camera don't really match up to a lot of the other specs from other manufacturers, but still, what this thing is going to do should be pretty impressive. And finally, I got to do a sit-down interview with Evan Vucci, the AP photographer who captured this historic photo a little over a week ago at this point. We talked about quite a lot, starting with how he got started as a photographer.
In high school, I was on the yearbook staff.
And how another photojournalist helped him with gear when he couldn't afford to get the right stuff.
It does make me bring him lunch every day. So, you know, I'm still paying the price.
I asked him about the moments right after the shots rang out, along with what was going through his mind as he was continuing to do his job.
You're not thinking about, you know, anything other than like, what is the light? What's the exposure? What am I doing? Where is he going? You know, you're making all these calculations in your head. You're just trying to, you know, do the job, man. I mean, that's the thing. It's like you don't get a second chance.
We talked about his gear as well as his settings, and he had this to say about how many frames per second he sets his Sony A9 III II.
Are you shooting at 120 frames a second? Where do you have it set?
Oh, no. Gosh, no. I turn that stuff down. That's the last thing I want to deal with is editing all that.
We also find out if he shoots RAW or JPEG.
Slot 1, I have my JPEGs, and to slot 2, I have my RAWs.
What gear he carries with him.
Both cameras are A9 IIIs.
As well as how he was able to transmit his files so fast.
99% of what I do, I send from the back of the camera. So I just got a new, yes.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg of what we talked about.
A week-long assignment, it could cost between, you know, $60,000 and $100,000.
Now, if you haven't checked out the full interview just yet, I suggest you give it a watch or listen, as it's available as a podcast with extra commentary by Steven and I. Now, click the link down below in the description, or I pinned the comment down in the comment section to give it a watch. And there you have it. Thank you very much for watching. Jared Polin, PhonosPhoto.com. See ya.